Okay, so come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. My name is Christopher, and I'm delighted you're here to watch me, the Yank, get his teeth kicked in by the Guardian Quick Crossword. But every now and then, I somehow pull out a victory. In fact, once, and not too far back in the past, I actually got 3 wins in a row. Well, this will be my 3rd loss in a row, if that is indeed the case, but we're going to find that out in just a minute. And this is a Shoenaich. This is a 2023 Silvaner from the Shoenaich family. It is a dry white, and it is very, very, it has the minerality that you would expect in a local Bavarian white. Also the same in Baden-Württemberg, or maybe up in the Mosel region, in the Ruhr, the Nahe. It just has this wonderful presence of minerality on both the nose and in the palate. Fantastic citrus, green apple, golden apple on the nose, but more subdued to the 2 latter, and more citrus on the nose. But on the palate, completely different story. It's dry. It's got a nice acidic, clean, delicious finish, but on the palate it's very much golden apples and green apples, right? It's kind of doing this little this obverse thing, and it's just fabulous. Gas kind of tickling going down the throat. Really just a wonderful white wine. I'd say anything spicy, but definitely a brunch going vino here. Maybe mix it up with some Sprudelwasser, some sparkling water, right? You know, just call that good. Make some wine spritzers. Maybe put it in some of those large cubed ice balls, you know, to put it in there and let it kind of melt slowly. But that would be a fabulous thing to have for, you know, cucumber sandwiches, I think, right? I opened this one last night. As you can probably tell from the video that the bottle had been opened and consumed before I had gotten to it today, and it was me who had gotten to it last night. The finish was fantastic right as soon as I opened the bottle, but today with having that extra 18-20 hours, right, to sit there and kind of stew and kind of breathe the oxygen that was left in the bottle has maybe kind of softened it just a bit. So really just a fabulous wine all the way around for €10 or so. So I imagine it's 11, 12 pounds or something like that. Unless you can find it on sale, I think this would be not a bad little old wine to grab and get your hands on. That's assuming you like a dry like I do. I prefer dry wines. Just don't care for sweets really at all. If I want sweets, I'm going to have a Jim Beam and Coke Zero or something, right? So that's what it is. Or Sprite, like that. Let's make our way to the grid. And I gotta say, as we're setting our mouse in here, ever so gently, I want to say thank you to Neil and Krishna, always coming up with some wonderful things, teaching me things as we go. But learning about the yet another children's show that catalyzed another YANKSLAP yesterday, it was just amazing. So yeah, I'm kind of hooked on the theme song and everything else now. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm loving it. And I still got to get through the rest of Joe 90, but I feel like I was missing out by not being able to grow up in England in the 60s and the 70s. Would have been awesome. So let's go ahead and hop into our grid. So we got a light cover. Or is it a light cover? I don't know. Lily. Green shot. What do you think, a chip or a putt? Well, you're not going to chip it on the green. You'll chip it onto the green, but you'll putt from the green. I'm going to go with putt. I just hope that it's actually a golf thing. Placed together for comparison, I'm assuming this is juxtapose. And this tells me that Lily may be Aram. And that This tells me this may be a lampshade, but I don't feel great about that, so we're going to have to check these downs very carefully. Jazz fan or an anagram of the cap. And I can see already that that would be a hepcat, which I think is cool. City in the Veneto region of Italy. And I'm not going to get Aviano in there. I'm not going to get Pordenone. I can get Padua. I have spent a lot of my life in the Veneto region. I just love the view of the Dolomites. Oh, it's just such a beautiful area, but Venice has got to be my favorite place. Maybe ever, anywhere. I don't know, is it Venice or Paris? Probably be Paris. It might be Paris, London, and then Venice, but I could live in any of them and be just fine. Let's just put it that way. Fight, 4 and 2. How about a dust up? And I'm so thankful we had something to go with that, because I wouldn't have known it was like, say, to what you call a fight. I always thought it would be like what you call it when you're in a fight, or if you're gonna fight. Okay, horse racing meeting. Op used in an anagram. Do you have any help at all? Do I have to sit here and figure out anagrams all this time? American bus, racing dog. Okay, we got ourselves a greyhound. And hammer wielding god could be Thor. Pitch black. Maybe inky. Okay, so for op used. Prehistoric large flat stone supported by vertical stones. Is this a D? Exploding bullet? Yes, could be a dum-dum. So I think this is dolmen. What's it? What in the heck is a what's it? Is this like a whatchamacallit? And again, I think I'm meeting the catalyst to my YANKSLAP. I don't think I know what this is. I don't even know if I've ever heard of it. Got a pretty good memory. Horse racing. Oh, Ascot. Okay, so PS, we've got an EU and a D and an O. Oh, pseudo. Okay. Just gotta talk it through. Just give me a minute. No, not a clue. I want to say it's a thingamajig, but I don't have room for a thingamajig here. I don't know what that is. But I'm gonna learn something, I guess. Ruined, maybe kaput. No, I'm concerned if y'all use a C or a K in England, because I just gave it the German spelling, and I don't know if it's the same. That's so crazy, isn't it? Okay, booze. And we're booze at 5 too. I think it's probably the only thing I can think of is plonk. Crooked look. Malign could be to insult. I'm working with something here. I already know I'm going to lose this thing, but I want to save as much face as possible. No one wants to look like a total, loser. No, we don't want that. Or is it loser like that? That's probably better. Guarantee could be assurance. Crooked look. Oh, maybe a squint. All right. Can play along with that. I got it. I got you there. Skin mark, maybe a tattoo. Just had that in the New York Times today, by the way. I think it was tat and ink. But these things make their way no matter where you're solving. Sponge soaked with sherry, say 5 and 4. And if this is a C, I think I got a tipsy cake. Fellow, crack as skin, so chap. I say, are you a chap? I am indeed a chap. I even carry a handkerchief. I open doors for ladies. I know how to wear cufflinks. Recoil. Thrill. Reminds me when I was firing that British jimpy for the first time. Yeah, how about a kick? So, yeah, I think we did. I think we got ourselves a tipsy cake. Which is one of the few sweets that I really liked when I ate sweets. It's been years. I just don't eat them anymore. Game where some cards dealt face down, others face up, and this would be stud poker. And I've always known I had the brain to be a good card player. I've just never learned how to do it. Gotta figure that out. I mean, I figured if I just took $1,000 and just went to Vegas and started playing small and making my way up, I'd probably retire. I mean, just gotta know how to play. I think I got the kind of brain that would help me really be a good gambler, right? You know, a good card player, especially poker. I think I'd be good at that, but not applying myself. Chief at 4. How about a boss? And a Soviet educator. And I think this is a commissar, but I don't know if it's a C or a K. It would be a K in German. Alles klar, Herr Kommissar. You know, that whole thing. I'm gonna go with a C, I guess. So I guess 2 S's and an AR. I don't know. Cheese going with a feta. Okay. So that's what I think it is. I don't know what this is. I do think this may be thing, though. I think that it's like a thing something, but thing what? I mean, if we say thingamajig in the States, if that's a Yank English thing, is a thingamajig, a thingamajig, or what we call one candy bar is a whatchamacallit. Thingamajig, whatchamacallit, a whoosy what's it. I think that's a whoosy what's it is also a thing. Yeah, I guess that's it. I mean, I don't really know what to do here. I mean, I'm not quitting. I just don't know. I mean, there's no point in messing with it. So let's go ahead and check all so I can see how well I did or did not do with my... Okay, so note to self, Kommissar, C, 2 S's is the Russian, anglicization of the Russian, so that's good. So yeah, everything else I think I felt pretty comfortable with. What I don't know is what this is right here. So I've got my pen out, and this time I'm not going to drop it on the button that turns the recording, the camera off. So reveal this. A thingamy. Thingamy. A thin gummy? Is it a thin gummy or a thingamy? I'll probably find that out when I look it up. If you have any insight on this word, I would really appreciate that very much. But yeah, okay, so a thingamy. Thingamy. I mean, how would I say that if I were British? No, that thingamy over there. Is that it? A thingamy? Is that a thingamy? Thingamy over there. I don't know. I don't know why I have to go straight to like this cross between a Cockney and a North Country accent, though. I mean, surely they use this in received pronunciation. No, I don't mean to do that thingamy over there, for the love of God. For the love of God, no. I don't need that thingamy. I don't know. My compliments to the setter. This was a fabulous grid. Once again, you yank-slapped the living daylights out of me. That's okay, though. I'm not going to learn if I don't know, right? So this is how we learn. Okay, thingamy. You have to admit that's pretty funny. So let's just bring down our Banny down. And I just want to say one more time, my name's Christopher, and I'm delighted that you're here to not only share some wine with me, but to solve this grid and provide some emotional support, etc. As we go through this. This learning process can be a painful one, but I have such a good time, and I have to say I love the UK crowd and those who hang here, so dearly. I just think the world of all of you. And so, with that said, until we see you tomorrow for the Friday Guardian, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss, Servus, Grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. Be good to yourselves, your friends, your neighbors, everything else. Be nice to your member of parliament for sure, whether they be Tory or Labour, makes no difference. But be nice for sure to the person behind you in the queue. Be well out there. Cheers.